Hey Mavericks, encouraging behavior is something that we all do, both good and bad, whether we realize it or not. As parents, as children, as business owners, as friends, even in how we encourage ourselves. Being aware of how we encourage behavior as it relates to our intention and desired outcome is valuably important because more often than we realize, our encouragement actually results in the opposite of what it is we actually desire.
Telling someone not to do something will probably cause them to do it. Telling someone don't slam the door usually means the door is going to get slammed.
A more effective approach is close the door gently and please never hurts.
And don't sass me tends to result in more sassing.
A more effective approach would be speak more respectfully when we're having a disagreement.
So what's the difference between these two methods of approach and why is it so important? Our minds do not differentiate between a positive and negative connotation. They tune into the command that's being given. So when we tell someone not to do something, all they really hear is do this.
So comment below, share an experience that you have had, one where maybe you've told someone not to do something and they've done it anyway, or someone's told you not to do something and you proceeded to do exactly what they didn't want you to do.
And today we're going to share how this impacts us in business and creating success. But first, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Terry.
And we're
Lady
Lady
MAVS.
MAVS. And we're a mother-daughter team on a mission to help 1 million women step into their worthiness so they can live happier, healthier, and more financially secure. In business, saying things with a negative at the beginning can deter success and cause the opposite of what you really desire to happen.
So for example, if you say something like, don't tell them what you think they should do, what your brain hears, or the person that you're speaking to hears, is tell them what they should do. Our brains completely ignore the don't part. A more effective approach is to say, ask them what they want to do, because our brains, in this example here, ask them.
And if you say, don't worry about what everyone else thinks, our brains are going to hear, worry about what everyone else thinks. Something more effective would be to say, focus on those who can help you and are open to the solutions you offer. Our minds immediately begin to seek out people who are open-minded and have a need or desire we can help them with.
If I say to someone, don't assume you know what they're talking about, then their brain is going to hear assume what they're talking about. A better approach would be to say, find out what matters to them, what they need or desire, because in that scenario, our brains actually go into detective mode.
I can't tell you how many times when someone has said, don't reinvent the wheel, I see people start to create their own programs, systems. Something much more effective would be to say, use the tools and resources that are provided and have been proven to create success. And our brains will start tuning in to what's already been created.
There is a caveat to this one. While we do want to encourage people to use the tools and resources that are already available, we also want to be sure to encourage their creativity and their authenticity. Everyone has a unique personality, and they need to know that it's 100% okay to be themselves. So when someone has creative ideas, that's incredible. You want to validate that for them and let them know how much you appreciate their input and their creativity. Maybe guide them to resources that are along the lines of what they're speaking to, and then also share or remind them about what the actual income producing activities are. Ask them if they're willing to use what's already available and been proven to create the success that they desire before they begin to shuffle the deck and start spending all of the time they've set aside for their business creating things from scratch. You can validate them by saying something along the lines of, gosh, that's great, Sarah. I really love that you're so creative. It's going to serve you so well in growing your business because you can see things from different perspectives and through different lenses. That's a huge asset when it comes to connecting and communicating with others. You've committed 10 hours a week to growing your business. Let me ask you, would you rather spend that 10 hours creating new resources and materials, or would you rather spend it making money? Help them see the big picture in a way that allows them to make the best decision for themselves.
And the last one is don't quit. And sometimes we say this to other people, and sometimes we say this to ourselves. And the sad thing is, when we say or hear don't quit, our brains usually hear it in a way that gets louder with time, and we end up quitting. Something more effective would be stay the course, keep moving forward, stay consistent. Our brains focus on that action that keeps us going. This applies to our thoughts and how we speak to ourselves, and also how we speak to others. So if we focus on not falling, we're more likely to end up tripping or falling down. It's a lot better to command ourselves to stay upright and balanced, and to see ourselves doing so in our mind.
If we tell ourselves don't listen to the naysayers, we listen. It's much better to tell ourselves, I am confident in myself. I am confident in my decision.
People are looking for me to help them.
I am happy and excited about my future and the impact I'm making.
I listen to those who inspire, empower, encourage, and uplift me to pursue my dreams and create the life I want for myself.
When we talk to ourselves in this manner, we're being empowering, and our brains are focusing on what's going to move us forward rather than keeping us stuck, and even worse, taking us backwards. Awareness of what and how we communicate with ourselves and with others is the first step. When we make the decision to both think and speak in empowering ways, it becomes a habit and then becomes second nature.
And it is our desire to help and encourage you to create the positive behavior that leads to success, which is why we created our free unconventional success guide, 4 essential rules every success-minded woman needs to know, so you never have to sacrifice your priorities and can live the life you love. If you head on over to www.ladymavslife.com/unconventional guide and punch the download button, we will hook you up. Every week we do a question of the week. Question of the week this week is, do you usually phrase things in a negative or positive manner? And how will this episode help you be more empowering? Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have found value. Again, we recommend heading on over to www.ladymavslife.com/unconventional guide to set yourself up for success.
It is our privilege to be able to support, inspire, and equip you to live the life you love.
Cheers.